Hi, and welcome to my garage. This is where I work on bikes. This place has seen quite a few. Everything from mopeds to scooters to motorcycles. Generally old. It's what I can afford. It's what I like to work on. This right here in front of us is a 1972 CB350. It's a friend of mine's. It's an absolute wiring nightmare. The gentleman who owned it before him decided he was going to rewire it and put in things like cigarette lighters and all sorts of weird switches. So it's been a disaster. Wiring harness we did have there shorted out and had a little fire, a little meltdown. We're putting in a new one. I absolutely hate this bike. I've been working on it for about a year. Between carburation problems and timing problems, it's just been a nightmare. Just as soon set this thing on fire than work on it, but we'll get it done. We're close, I think. It was a real mess when he got it. Definitely was a disaster. The tank was painted, I think with house paint, was green. Stripped it down, painted it. He wanted it yellow, not my color choice, but that's what he wanted. He likes that bumblebee look. He's got the side covers in black, so that's what he likes. It's his bike. That's what we'll do. Hopefully I'll get it going, get it out of my garage one of these days. This is my daughter's Vespa. It's an ET4. It's a 150cc. We got this a while ago, last spring I think, for her to start riding. She likes it. We picked it up for not much money. It only had about 300 miles on it. She's got almost 800 on it now. She's in India right at the moment, where I'm sure she sees a lot of scooters. But she has fun with it. Use it for run around town here. This is my daily rider. It's a bit of an oddball bike. It's a Honda CB400A. It's got the automatic transmission. I'd done some real damage to my leg and ankle a while back, and I picked this up so I wouldn't have to ship so much. And I've really fallen in love with it. This is, I don't know, probably the third incarnation of this bike. I had this one when it's hanging from the ceiling there. Originally I got that other one, the red one, as a parts bike, but the engine seized up in this, actually the transmission somewhere, and I just kind of swapped everything around and got this one going. Painted it red and swapped out some parts and got it going, and that's generally what I use almost all the time. Every once in a while we'll take the Vespa out since my daughter's away, just to keep it running. And this guy, it's my other project bike, my personal one. This is a CM400T, 1979. Pretty much just real pristine. A lady purchased it, rode it for a while. Had a child, I think, and then parked it back in like 1984. This thing hasn't run since then. It's only got about 780 miles on it. You know, you can see it was all done up from the dealer with the rack, with the sissy bar. Came with the original toolkit. I don't think it was ever open. The manual's in the back. Got the crash bars came with it. So it's a real, just frozen in time kind of piece. Does have those the funky two-step seat, which is not my favorite, and also those bent back handlebars. But that's what they were going for in '79. They wanted that, I don't know if it was a cruiser look or a chopper look or something, but that was the thing. I'm going to try them, see how I like them. Otherwise I'll switch out the handlebars and forget about keeping it original. The other thing is they never drained any fluid out of this thing. So the original gas tank, something had fallen on it, and Plus, it was just full of gas. It was full of rust. I mean, I've never seen a gas tank full to the absolute tippy top of rust. So I had to pick up this other one, which isn't bad. Needs to be cleaned. Pretty good shape. And also, they never, you know, the brake fluid. If you let that sit in a bike for a few years, it just turns into some gelatinous, paint-destroying, eating kind of urchiny stuff. So that master cylinder shot. I have to replace that, but get that replaced. We'll get some brakes on her. And the other thing, I did fire it up with a temporary tank the other day. Start up. Seemed to do pretty good. Have a carburetor leak. Those carbs down there. Hopefully we can get that squared away. And get the brakes on it and take her out. See what she does. But she's real pretty little 400. These mid-sized bikes are coming back. When I first saw it online, I thought, oh, you know, do something with it, maybe Cafe Racer because it's so popular. But then I said, no. It is so pristine. It is so well intact that I'm going to have to just try to bring it back to the way it was in 1979. Wish I had a bigger garage. Like I said, I collect a lot of parts. A lot of wire harnesses, you can see. Always seem to have wire problems with something that I'm working on. Don't know why that is, but it seems to be what goes on a lot of these bikes, or people mess with them. And then just parts, just fenders and, you know, headlights, and all sorts of stuff. I don't know how I collect so much. I mean, I've had a few bikes in and out of here, a dozen or so. I didn't have enough parts to put together several. I mean, there's some front forks to something, and, you know, geez, I got a pile of mirrors. I don't know, but anyway, that's the space I work in, and it's where I hang out most of my time working on these guys. See a giant fan up there. Giant fan. That's because I have a tendency to another one. Start these engines in here, which is rather than wheel them out, which is not a good idea. I get yelled at quite a bit by my family for that. They think I'm trying to kill them. Could be. There's an engine sitting under a bench. You can see it. It's actually an extra 400 engine in case I ever seize this other one. So that's what I like to do. Keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me off the streets. A big Gulf sign. And I'm going to try to keep up and let you know how both these projects go. See if I ever get this thing out of my garage, and see if I ever get this one up and running. And see what project I get next. I do have a lead on an old Yamaha scooter. Some guy's had parked in his garage for the last 10 years at least. He hasn't driven it, so I'd like to see what that is. It's those little ones you can find in somebody's garage that they're just happy to get rid of. They're always a lot of fun to get back on the road. You can pick them up usually pretty cheap. Avoid all that eBay and Craigslist stuff if you can just do a little networking. And then have fun with it. We'll keep you informed.